Breathing and speaking. Guys, this is a huge one. As someone who talks for a living, being a breathing teacher, right, or a coach, this got me completely off guard. As soon as I started talking a lot more, my energy levels went down, my health followed, and everything plummeted out of control, and I wasn't really sure what was going on. Turns out, when we talk, we tend to over breathe. And of course, we're trying to breathe less, right? But talking actually counteracts that completely. Talking is not a natural function for humans, at least not to the capacity that we do it in the modern Western world, okay? Basically, we talk way too much, okay? And talking is this kind of overexcited nervous system state in which we tend to breathe more shallow, have more sympathetic activation, right? Things that create the stress response, but we don't sort of have the exertion of energy that is supposed to match those two things, over breathing and sympathetic activity, right? It's gearing us up to go, yet we're just kind of sitting in this mentally stimulated state, but physically we're not exerting energy, if that makes sense. So in other words, if you're gonna do that a lot, make sure you're doing it right, and there are some things that you can do to counteract the negative effects of over talking. And this is what I've come up with and what I've learned as I've been working on getting my breathing better during speech. First of all, try to have a relaxed and upright posture. One super quick way to check this is to grab your hand, make sure it's spun out like the wings of an eagle, place your pinky finger in your belly button and your thumb in your sternum, and just make sure that you've got a full hand spin width there. And straight away it lengthens me out into an upright, not an uptight position, okay? Just making sure there's actually room for us to breathe and we're not sort of hyperinflating into the upper chest the whole time, okay? So posture, number one. Next, relax the jaw, throat, and the stomach if possible. These are ways that we can hold tension whilst we are talking, and it sort of restricts our range of motion and the way that our breathing can express itself. Try to talk less and slower, still working on it. One thing you can try is breathe in through your nose at the start of each sentence. And really what you're trying to do is you're trying to have full stops in your speech, okay? Breath in through the nose, and after a long sentence or after you've spoken for a while, make sure there's actually a full stop. In other words, there's a natural pause that happens after a long sentence, in which you have a chance to take a breath in through your nose again, not through the mouth, which cuts off oxygen, right? 30% less oxygen reaches the lungs when you breathe through the mouth. And that can contribute to these sort of effects of fatigue, tiredness, brain fog, lightheadedness, poor circulation, all these side effects that come from talking too much, okay? Avoid long sentences. So as a rule, someone with a baseline score, or just someone whose breathing is not yet completely optimal, right? Someone who's not having that natural flow of breathing, right, where they feel in control of the breath at all times, can only really about 4 to 5 or 6 words before managing your breath in, and that's not a lot. Okay, so one thing to do is grab a book or something you can try this with, right? Stand in front of a mirror, and this is something Alexander used to do, who created the Alexander technique, right? Which was actually remarkable for people looking to improve their speech, posture, and overall articulation. Something to look into is he would stand in front of a mirror, watch his own posture, upright, and then read out loud. And what you're trying to do is you're trying to have full stops, and you're trying to not be breathless and maintain a relaxed position throughout. Then here's an exercise, okay? It's called the alphabet. You're going to read the alphabet out loud, right? You're going to say it out loud, but you're going to breathe in small breaths only, and you're not going to get out of breath at all throughout, okay? So speak the letters in the alphabet out slowly, and close the mouth, place the tongue in the roof of the mouth, which is its natural resting position. Take a small, gentle breath in through the nose, right? And then repeat for 4 breaths or so, and just observe your state. Have you gone a little bit more into that fight flight? Do you notice agitation, frustration, any form of activation, stimulation, or are you still just fully in control, nice and calm? And as you go, you can start to extend the amount you can do throughout the alphabet with practice as you restore the natural flow of breathing. So it could look something like this. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P. Q, R, S, T, U, V, W. And then X, Y, Z, and whatever riddle you guys have where you're from that finishes off the alphabet, throw it in there. And that for me was fairly achievable, right? Just using that 4 sort of syllabus count. Now, if you progress, you could start working with longer sentences. So A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W. And you should be able to take a small, gentle breath in through the nose and ideally even feel calmer than you did when you started, because you're just lengthening your exhale and there's no excess tension. So I hope that's helpful. It is something you want to progressively work towards, okay? It's not some destination that you reach, but it is really, really crucial to become aware of it. You're breathing whilst you are talking. Especially share this with people that teach for a living, because if you don't know and you're talking all day long, you could be going on the merry-go-round of health trying to work out what's going on, why aren't I feeling good, where it really is just the way you speak. Okay, now, breath is life, breath is everything, and I hope that this was helpful to you as it was to me.